everybody that got famous during COVID. I feel
I want to say this. Go ahead.
Okay, so I wanted to play devil's advocate because I don't feel the same way that you guys feel about the younger generation coming up into the workforce. I'm actually digging what they're doing because again, what I was trying to say is that the U.S. work environment in its entirety is bad. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a job that pays minimum wage that you could live by yourself in even the most poverty stricken like what is it like, areas. Right in America? That's an American thing. Like our minimum wage can't even get you because you have to make 3 times the rent and all this other stuff. But anyway, what I'm saying while y'all are trying to jump the gun, give me 5 seconds. What I'm saying is that instead of dealing with these toxic work environments that they have been like the rest of the world has not world but the rest of America has been plagued with for generations because you got to get up at the crack of dawn, you got to do this, you got to work until you can't work no more to make it somewhere, but it's just like that is not healthy. Y'all realize that's not healthy, right? I'm
never combating that.
Okay. Look, I'm not even finna talk against that. I'm finna actually add in with you, so I'm gonna be the neutral ranger. Goddamn on this moment. Goddamn, I'm gonna also add in with you, which is saying, goddamn, also what the most toxic part about it is, motherfucker, people that I'm learning not to cuss so much. People are learning that been at jobs for like tens of years. And they realize the people that do come in, the new ones, are getting way more money at the start of them. Also, has caused the problem. That's also an add in on the
problem. What I think they're getting at is that they realize that the workforce really don't give a damn about your life.
They trying to push
really
you out.
Don't. This woman sat at her cubicle dead for 4 days.
It never did. I'm gonna tell you this right now.
I didn't even hear about that.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. Jobs never did care about nobody. Just gonna let you know that it's not that there used to be some type of morality in jobs. It's never has been. What it used to be was morality in people. I do remember a time where my parents and my grandparents telling me they used to be able to leave their doors open. I be damned
if you do that shit.
Unless you bringing in groceries.
Or you in the country.
Like it's just not the same environment it's not the same. It's not the same. Like same idea. It's not even in the same time. Right. It's almost like it's again the instant gratification. I'm learning about instant gratification. That's why on the last one of the last few pods we did, I spoke on, I really think it needs to be an age limit on how much money you can acquire. Like I really do. I like that Allen Iverson could not access $90 million until the age of 41. I like that. I like that his contract was set up like that because you know where Allen Iverson would have been right now had that not been put in place? Dead broke. He would have been dead broke, and all this time gave him time to run into people, learn about this financial literacy, learn about different things as far as investments. Like this comes with experience, and I'm learning that like experience overrules knowledge, wisdom, and intellect. Facts. Experience overrules all of that. So when you take out, yes, you could be smart as a motherfucker. You could be very intelligent. You could know this book back and forth. You can know financial literacy 101 back and forth, word for word. Unless you have that experience, it's not going to all the way register with you. So when you're giving these kids the prize, so to speak, so early in the game, it really takes out a piece of the understanding of what you're getting into out of that. And because it is so many now ways of income, it's like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. It's no care factor in understanding that you have to grow along with this. Like even now, as I'm speaking, I'm like, I haven't worked in over 2 to 3 years actually working for someone, like a business.
Right.
But I always say I take from the workforce the management skills that I learned, the P&Ls, the goddamn reading of labor, understanding time versus how much is on it. Like, this is what I take and I enforce into what I'm doing now. So now, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, I wasted my time because I could have been started doing what I did, you know what I'm saying, now back then. I would have missed all of this and probably be the same as 90% of Augusta. Oh, I'm finna start a podcast 3 weeks later, nothing.
Doing shit.
Because because I'm so used to instant gratification, I'm not understanding the work process. And even with all of the smarts, you can't overrule the experience. Right. That's what I'm saying. A perfect
example is goddamn.
I think we're talking about two separate things and two separate tax brackets as well. I think we're talking about two separate.
All right, explain it. All right.
Well, because I think you're talking about giving people millions and millions of dollars or whatever. And when Short Guy started off this conversation, he was talking about how this younger generation just doesn't want to work because, you know, instant gratification or what have you, and this is what third. And when I'm talking about the regular Joe. I'm not talking about, I need $90 million, this and that. I'm talking about the regular average person who has to work at Applebee's 70 daggone hours and still cannot afford a daggone 1-bedroom apartment, because the 1-bedroom apartments down here in the ghetto are $960 a month for 600 square feet, and you got to make 3 times that amount. Plus, you got to have good credit. Then you have to have a rental history. Then you have to, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, so what I would, and those are the people I was talking about. So when Short Guy was saying, like, you know, these young ones, they don't want to work and this and that, I came up behind him saying it's not that they don't want to work. It's that what they won't do is put up with the toxic work environments that everyone else has put up with for generations. And just because everyone else has put up with the way that the workforce is does not mean that it needs to stay that way. The way that things change is by changing them. So this new generation is like, I'm not about to continue to work my ass off and have 3 jobs and this and that. I can't even, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not doing that. When I'm not waiting. If I have it, and they're not, that's the thing. It's not even that they're unemployed. They will get another job while having a job. I got a job that I'm still on Indeed. This job does better. I'm over here. That job does better. Okay, I'm over here. I'm not waiting for y'all to try to see the potential in me. When I have a better opportunity, I'm gonna go over here. Right. You got something better? Okay, I'm gonna go over there because I'm gonna get what I need and what I deserve, or out of my time, or what you know what I'm saying? And in that moment of my life or whatever, and that's what I see the younger generation doing. And like you said, you haven't been in the workforce for 3 years or whatever, and Corey, you've been at the same job for over 3 years.
Yeah,
I've been in these fucking trenches. I've been seeing this shit, and I've been watching, and I'm seeing what they're doing, and like that's why I said I stand behind them, because again, just because something has been the structure or has been the way it was, first of all, it doesn't make it right. Slavery was the structure at one point in time. Doesn't make it right.
At that time, it was, and I'm only playing devil's advocate. I understand, and I see where you're going with.
At what time in any history is enslaving someone right?
I never said that. All right, well, yes, I did, because that was the way that the society was set up. There was, of course, there was, hey, you don't have to do this, and there's punishment, but that was the way society was set up. Not saying it's right, but that was how it was ran. And it was a normality. Yes.
Because they made it so, and it was only normal in America because they made it so.
But let's not act like slavery, like we were the first ones who started slavery. I didn't say that. Okay, so all I'm saying is slavery has been a viable... Hold on. We're not even out of slavery. Let's just put that there. Let me just put that out of there, because exactly everything you're saying adds to and is the very definition of slavery. Everything you said, and I'm agreeing with you. So I'm just putting that out there. But I agree. In order to have change, something has to change. I definitely agree. If something had not changed, then yes, we would still be an enslaved people, going by how America seemed fit 400 years ago. I agree. But what I am saying is certain blueprints never change. Like we always say, for example, there's no road to success on being successful. But there is one thing that is consistent through all of it, and that is consistency. You have to stay consistent at it. And certain blueprints just do not change. Yes, I agree. Workforce in America has always been toxic because it's prioritized on capitalization. I definitely agree. But let's not negate there is a middle class. As much as they like to say, middle class is dying, there still is a middle class. And when I'm saying middle class, that represents majority of this country. Majority of this country sits within the middle class.
Where are you getting that information?
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm just asking a question.
I'm sorry. Some parts of this country sit in the middle class. I don't know if it's majority or not, but it is people who sit in the middle class. When you look at when you look at the no excuse that they have, the routine, the workforce routine that they have, it's only going to be smarter because everyone does not have the consistency and the resilience to do it on their own. So while right now they have the, hey, all right, if you're not treating me right, I'm gone. If you're not treating me right, I'm gone. If you're not treating me right, I'm gone. Cool, because you have that option to do so. It's not going to be viable in the long run. I'm just saying that because the workforce, as we know it, is still not going to change. It started off toxic, and we're in 2024 still saying the same thing. It's not going to change. So when we look at the bigger scheme of things, I keep saying we just have to pay attention to where we at. In America, guess what pays off? Working. Working pays off.
I would think we need more workers, infinite anything.
Bro, like this whole time.
Again, until it doesn't, because what can you afford?
Okay.
On minimum wage? What can you afford? Not a place to live.
But okay. I know what she getting at too, because I seen a discussion about that and it got me intrigued because it's like, why did
my point. Yeah, that's why I keep losing my point.
Why did everything else go up but my money?
Okay, I get you. And what I'm gonna say
even the playing field for a motherfucker.
You speaking on minimum wage jobs as well. Minimum wage jobs are, and I'm just gonna put this out there, they're made for high school students. These are made for entry people who are just entering the workforce. So I'm sorry if you're now 30 plus years old with kids and you're complaining that a minimum wage job is not suffice enough to live off of. It was not like a minimum wage job was a entry. It's training. It's to get people adapted to the workforce. By now, you should have gotten a trade. You should have went and gotten a degree. You should be in a career, and that's what I'm saying about the middle class. Those are the career people. Those are the people who have stepped up. Yeah, I used to work at McDonald's. Then I went to school to be a welder. Now I'm working for said company, or now I own said company. However it may be, we see lawn people all the time. That's what I'm talking about. Like the minimum wage complainers, I'm sorry, bro. Like it's for high school students. It's not made for you to be out here surviving with 2 kids. It's not. I don't care how many goddamn jobs you work. It's going to be, you have to have 2 and 3 minimum wage jobs to equal out to a career job. Of course, these RNs don't go to school for 4 years for nothing. These doctors don't do 8+ for nothing. Hell, we ain't even got to go that far because I know that comes with like a few people. We just had a hurricane. We ain't got enough Comcast people. That's 6 weeks training. What are we talking about? These people don't want to do it. They want the easy way out and then complain. That is why this shit is not going to, no, I don't think it should change either. You're not finna be working minimum wage and then complain to somebody who has went to school, who has at least went to trade school. Trade school ain't even that goddamn long. Go learn to be a plumber, electrician. These are feasible jobs. You don't have to have a certain neck. You don't have to be talented. These are just jobs that haven't went anywhere.
And these are I feel you could do not life skills.
They ain't went
nowhere. I know 2 people with doctorates that can't find a job.
What's their doctorate?
Exactly.
What's the business? Business administration.
Oh my God! All right, business administration. Oh Lord, that is.
And what's the other one? What's the other one?
Okay.
What's the other one?
I'm just gonna keep it real.
Oh, it must compare to your degree.
No, I don't have one, and that's why I'm out, because I know the way of this workforce is either you have a degree that means something, like a degree in a doctor, a surgeon, something like that. That's in demand.
So people don't need to run businesses? Running businesses is not in demand?
I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that no, business administration is not as a general wide pool of people hiring for that as people might think.
It really is.
So why is people having such a hard time?
That is the question.
That's what I'm saying.
Because people are posting ghost fucking jobs and scamming.
I understand. Trust me, that I definitely understand that. This is new, something that we have to go through. What about the real ones? We understand about the ghosts. What about the real ones? Because like you said, I just asked, do people need them like that? You said yes. So if people need them, that means people are looking and people are hiring in the business administration field. I'm sorry if you keep
just because people are looking does not mean that people are hiring. And that's the point that we're getting at.
Okay.
Well, that's the point that I'm getting at.
Okay. So what is the fate of these businesses out here that have no business administrator then? What's the fate?
They're banking on the ones that stay there for 40 years and take that shit.
That or quit.
And there will always be someone to do that.
Right. And that's what we're saying.
And as long as there is, I'm not going to change. But it's always going to be like supply and demand. What you won't do, somebody else will. And we are learning that, especially with these immigrants. That's why that's why the job looking like it's looking. Because they want
to. Damn, how we get here?
Because we're still talking about how jobs are not.
But when did the immigrants came in?
Because
about 1 second ago.
Right.
Damn. Okay, but go ahead.
Because
we got real Donald Trump, didn't he?
Yeah, I fucking he potting good too. That's what I was
I'm just telling the truth. I'm just telling the truth.
Keep it peak.
Because goddamn nigga, if you want to goddamn have jobs, it would make more sense to get the people out who are trying to undercut you than anything else. These folks are coming over here saying, no, don't hire that man who went to trade school for this. I will do it for $8 an hour and put in more work. Just to goddamn me and 12 other niggas to fit in Fox Den.
You're funny.
I'm dead serious.
That's why I said you're funny.
I'm dead.
Did you see how I understood? Boy.
All right.
Boy.
I'm dead serious. But again,
you've been
the toxic work environment, I don't think it's ever going to change. That's what I'm saying.
It's funny.
So by them doing this, I just don't think it's going to be viable in the long run. Again, do what you want to do. I'm happy that people are now taking more consideration into their mental health and all of how they're coming up in a different outlook and want to be healthier. I'm glad for that. But there's going to have to be a point where you understand this world is balanced. It's not trying to be all the way right, and it's not being evil and taking advantage of people. Also,
I do want to interject that I'm not understanding some other shit, bro. They're stuck on the high. They chasing the dragon because ever since the feeling wave came in, they feel like they can because that shit was moving every time they said they felt like something.
And then COVID ain't making no better.
Yeah,
COVID did not make it any better.
It kind of spoiled these motherfuckers.
Nigga, with all these chicks and then people scamming left and right. And boy, it didn't make it. It added to the comfortability of not needing a job. So now when people go to a job, it's like, nigga. You better do what you got to do to keep me. You know what I'm saying? Fact. Like, that's why the port's on strike.
Because, hey, bro, I promise to you.
AI gonna take all this shit.
I promise to you.
Good.
No, I thought they was going back. Okay.
They paused the strike until mid-January, and then they're going to go back to renegotiations if their needs are not met.